birch trees are sort of the trees of my childhood. And I remember birch trees in Czech Republic as I was growing up. Yep, and then I forgot about them maybe for a little while until more recently. I was looking for a cabin to vacation in the US, and we were driving around one day looking at cabins, and there was this cabin on a lake, and right by the lake are these beautiful birch trees. And we pulled up and I saw the birch trees. I didn't care about anything else. I said, this is the cabin. So, some good memories of the cabin with the birch trees. And now just being back here where I grew up and seeing all the birch trees, I kind of remember why I feel that way. It's just beautiful. Yeah. So this one is becoming a part of my story now. And just very grateful to be here. Grateful for nature therapy guiding, and just looking at this meadow up ahead where we were just experiencing a nature therapy walk yesterday, and it was wonderful. It just showing that it doesn't have to be forest bathing, it can be meadow bathing. It was quite wonderful. I'll go back to my childhood again, because I think I was forest bathing before I knew I was forest bathing as a kid, when my grandparents would bring me into the forest or anywhere in nature just to be there, not for any particular purpose, just let's go for a walk and see what happens. And so I remember my grandmother introducing me to a rock, and that rock became our friend, and then we would go back and see the rock. And so I think that's where nature therapy started for me, but then unfortunately over the years just sort of got busy and had kids and got busy with whatever the kids had going on. And then somehow over the next few decades, my life changed, and it became more focused on family, job, and being inside a lot, just spending so much time indoors. And I've been working in the corporate setting for a few decades, and there was something stayed with me, I know, because I always fought for the seat by the window. And I'm not an aggressive person, but if I could do something to be by the window, I was really focusing on that. But to think that sometimes the windows wouldn't even open. You couldn't even get fresh air into the office. And the lights, the artificial lights, and so much time spent in that setting. And I think it disconnected me from nature. The time just filled up, and there was no time to simply be out in nature. So quite a few years passed, and I think my memories never quite went away. It was always there. It's quite emotional. But like the child who wants to play is always inside of us. And well, now I'm grateful that I found my way back. But it was quite the journey, and actually started when I picked up some dancing. And I loved to dance. I was still dancing inside, so there was still something missing there. But the dance was all about, it's called Nia, and it's all about being in your body and being present and expressing yourself. And so I did that for a few years. And I always felt so disappointed by being inside and having these present feelings, but still being in a room. And so somehow I found, I don't remember the exact moment, but I came across nature and forest therapy. And it was so similar to the dance practice because it talked about being present and also supporting others and helping others be present and in their bodies, or just being in the moment. And so it spoke to me because it was something familiar. And so that's how I started nature and forest therapy. I'm still working full time, so but I feel the transition is happening where I'm ready to spend more time outdoors, and I'm now that I'm able to work from home, I can incorporate that into my daily routine. So I actually ended up getting a second dog who requires a lot of walks. And so even if I think, oh, I have so much to do and I need to sit here and still finish it, my dog will say, no, it's time for a walk. And I love him for it. I have empathy and understanding for so many people who are working from morning to night, and then they are tired. I mean, this still happens to me. And then I'm tired and I just want to sit down and relax on the couch because I just worked all day. And then you think about the day and you never made it outside of your house or your office. And it's heartbreaking because I'm now aware of all the benefits that we all get when we do get outside. So it's really calling to me to bring forest and nature therapy to the corporate world and hopefully help as many people as I can find that balance. It doesn't mean that everyone needs to stop working, but even just finding a few minutes to step outside and enjoy the breeze. We have a beautiful breeze right now. To look at the sky, let the fresh air just come in and enjoy that, because then you can go back to work and be more productive, more creative. You're just going to feel better. So there are benefits to the individual, but then there are also benefits to the employer or the company. So I look forward to practicing that. Yeah. There's something about the stillness and just absolute calm that happens when you're in nature and you're just listening or using any of your senses, and everything sort of seems to slow down and become calm, and that helps your thoughts calm down and slows down your heart rate. And I think that's the essence. It's that stillness, and it's just beautiful. I was feeling that a lot over the past few days, more than I have ever, because of the guiding of Kat and Gita, because they've had so much practice doing that. So that really helped out. Just the pauses and just letting nature do what it does for us. I think my favorite is the one we begin with, typically. I think that's the one that helps everyone sort of slow down a bit. And it's where we look for anything that's in motion. And I still remember when I experienced it for the first time. I thought, well, sometimes there's not that much moving. What's moving? And it doesn't matter if you're a person who's first time in nature in a long time, or maybe you do this on a daily basis. I think looking for what's in motion, you'll always find something new. I mean, just recently, I saw a dead leaf. I thought, well, you're not in motion anymore. And then I realized, no, it's actually decaying, and it's going in the direction of nourishing the earth and helping more trees grow. And so I can't detect the motion, but if you set up a time-lapse camera, then you would see that, yes, even the dead leaf is in motion. Well, it's just, yeah, so that's my favorite invitation. One time, a solo participant, was on her way to meet me, and she was late. And she came in, and there was something happening in her life, and she was so upset, and she felt really bad that she was late, and she was completely stressed out. And I said, hey, it's not a problem. Let's do the walk. We shortened the walk a little bit, which I wasn't too happy about, but we had to make it work. And I knew that any part of the walk or any time in the nature will be very beneficial to her, because I could visibly see her stress. And we did the walk. This was her first time. So she wasn't quite sure what to expect, but I could tell she had a very open mind. And so she was open to experience the guiding and to be guided to experience some nature therapy. And I could see that as we went through the walk, she started to calm down. And then there was a tree invitation, and she found a tree, and it was actually so, it touched me, because the tree reminded her of her children. And I didn't know this before, but she lost a child, and the tree brought that out, and she cried, and she had that experience. I think even just if she got rid of her everyday stress, that would have been enough, but every once in a while, someone has a deep kind of, I don't know if it's deeper, or something is brought up through nature and with the help of nature or this tree that helped her bring this out and have some healing. Nature and the forest knows what we need, and exactly what we need usually happens with the help of the guiding and the invitations. It helps that person connect with the forest and allow for that to happen.